didn't have it set up to the wrong channel again. Because I tend to do that. Cause
Oh, your channel?
Yeah, I've done that a couple times. I
You
think
can do it there too.
Emily. Oh, I hear myself.
Oh, your channel?
Yeah. Oh, I think we're getting some feedback there.
Yeah, I just turned it off.
Okay.
We're good.
Showing offline.
No, it's
I'm seeing online.
Okay.
I see.
I'm using Mozilla, and it didn't update. I had to like refresh to show it. When you don't use Mozilla a lot, it's weird to switch back and forth. Oh my gosh. So, random questions, since it's just like, I always like to start these off with just like, what's going on? What are we up to? What is everybody kind of playing or recently played? Board game, video game, any kind?
I mean, myself,
Recording in progress.
I've been doing yet another Skyrim playthrough because kind of got bored of stuff. It was one of those. So I've been playing a lot of like ESO and Palia and like these online social games, and it was like I just need some me time for gaming, and Skyrim's always just the fallback.
It's a comfort game.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
How about you, Emily?
we just finished Space D&D.
Nice.
Space D&D.
Space.
Like planets and stars?
Yeah.
That's cool.
You played at that new venue in the area?
Yeah, we went, our last game was at Evergreen Social, which was really nice. The food was good. Yeah.
So when you say Space D&D, was it a Spelljammer campaign or?
No, actually, it was just 5e, but like space
Okay.
themed. We
Gotcha,
didn't use
gotcha.
Spelljammer. Yeah, because I was a human variant artificer and I was the ship's mechanic.
Nice.
So like I had to have practical applications for all my spells. Like fairy light was like a phosphorescent paste I could put on a bunch of shit and stuff like that.
Nice.
So you were the Kaylee of the group.
Yeah, it was very, very Firefly-esque.
Nice.
But it was like I had put like Kevlar
Everything's shiny,
plates
yeah.
and like my Carhartt jumpsuit, so like I had armor.
Love it.
Oh, that's great. I love how like an RPG can be customizable for that way.
Mm-hmm.
What other weird things did I do? Oh, they let me build a rocket launcher.
Nice.
Sweet.
We tamed a Space Squitter 3.
That's
Very cool.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I haven't had time to play any games recently.
That's fair.
I've been doing like our regular D&D campaign. We meet every other week. I think John has said this before. It is very hard to get people in their mid-30s to even meet every other week.
Yeah.
So it's been a month, but we start again on Thursday. So I'm very excited to be back together with the crew. And I told Peyton that I wanted to learn Magic the Gathering on Sunday. So he's gonna show me commander decks and what those mean, and was explaining it to me earlier today like I was 5 years old, and it was very helpful. So we will see.
You should send a deck with the book so she can play with a deck.
I only have the one deck though. I just got it.
Not that she keeps it.
I know.
I'm not gonna take your one deck. I think I'm gonna get one.
I pre-ordered when I could the Tidus Final Fantasy X commander deck.
Nice.
I was like, I either need Tidus or Cloud, but 10 is really more my jam. I feel like I need to jump off with all this D&D talk, so my game of just kind of like jumping in and out of has been No Man's Sky. Because I can't find a video game that I really want to stick with, but Saturday I spent like all last week prepping for D&D. I've been doing events at libraries, so I ran for teenagers, young kids, teenagers on Saturday. And if anyone's familiar with like comic books and Marvel and stuff, I borrowed concepts from the X-Men character Arcade and a little bit of Mysterio, and I called him Arthur Cade, so it was Arthur Cade's Revenge.
Nice.
The kids wanted like a labyrinth, kind of like out of the D&D movie, so I just was like, we're gonna do like death trap rooms, and it's just an elevator until they get up to the top.
I love that you do that. Peyton does something similar
Yeah.
at his library. You two should talk for ideas and cross collaborate.
I should. It's kind of cool, like the kind of things that the libraries do. My local one
Mm-hmm.
has been offered. I missed it, but one Monday a month they do like a. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Gally. I believe that's Gally
Thank you.
from the Discord.
Oh, hey, Gally.
If I'm not mistaken, it's spelled the same. They offer commander nights at the library, and you can bring your own deck, or if you don't have one, apparently they have extra decks for.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, check out your library, everybody. They got
Yeah,
cool stuff.
for real. Libraries are
Support
so
your
cool.
local library.
Mhm.
Support. I feel like we should start every stream with that.
Yeah. Me and
Support
Peyton
them.
talked about it for a bit during our stream the one day.
Very cool. Oh yes, I remember that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, hi, Gally. I'm so glad that you're here. So Gally is building us. Not to this kind of like segues into our table talk, but
Yeah.
Gally is building. They wanted to donate something to Anime Magic this year. They donated last year.
Mhm.
John, what did they
Mhm.
donate?
It was the Japanese Game Boy Color and game bundle.
It's cool.
Yes, and
It
it was
did
a hit.
phenomenal. People loved it.
Yes. And so Gally one up themselves by
Mhm.
like 100%, and built a PC this time around.
Mhm.
So thank you, Gally.
Yes,
That
thank you.
is incredible. I know that takes a lot of time and resources and money, but I'm sure that will do well at the table. So let's segue into tabling and
Yeah.
conventions.
Can I just interrupt with a quick? Maybe we
Yeah.
do a round of introductions. We have some new people.
Yeah.
If people haven't been to our streams before, Jackie, if you want to start us off and introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Great.
So I'm Jackie. I am the Extra Life Chicago Program Director. And then my official title is Development Officer at Lurie Children. So I work within our foundation with a few different programs within the Children's Miracle Network, one of them being Extra Life. And don't tell the other programs, but it's my favorite.
As well, it should be.
I can go next. My name is Dave Hansen. I'm a co-chair of events with a focus on digital. And this is my 15th year doing Extra Life and I'd say 10th year with the guild. So been here since the start.
Yep.
Love it. Emily, do you want to go?
Sure. My name's Emily Kukral. I'm one of the convention chairs who help set up and run booths across the city of Chicago and wherever else they tell us to go or we go. 11 or 12 years and been with the guild just as long. So
Superstars. We have a superstar crew here.
I'm like, I de factoed into position on the guild somehow. No, I know how.
We
That's a
wrangled you
different
in.
story.
Well, thank you for being here tonight. And John.
Yeah, I'm John Smith, the other convention chair for the guild. Um, yeah, I mean, I've been an Extra Life participant for about 15 years myself. Also, same as Dave, founding member of the guild. I think we're the last two founders that's still active. Um, so yeah, I mean, been doing Extra Life a long time, and conventions pretty much since the guild started. So
Yeah, so yeah, I feel like if for anybody watching, if you want to know anything about tabling or conventions, Emily and John are your people. They have been with the guild for a long time and they are very knowledgeable on conventions and strategy around how we fundraise at them and build awareness for Extra Life. So if you ever have any questions after this presentation, those two are your go-tos for sure. If you don't mind, I'm kind of raising your hands, but they have all the info.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Anything that doesn't get answered here tonight, or if you think of things later, you can always reach out to Emily and myself through the Extra Life Chicago Guild Discord. We're always available to answer questions.
On Discord, you can find me Hangman's Girl. Anywhere on social media, you can find me at Hangman's Girl. I did a good job branding.
We love it. And John, your shooty sticks?
Shooty Six on the Discord, though I believe I did change the nickname to my actual name. So if you just search John Smith, you'll find it.
Amazing.
Nowhere else on social media really, because I distance myself as much as possible on social media these days.
Good for you. I try to, and
I need that
failed.
mental sanity.
Yeah, I need that. Also, I just want to say we have people from all over in the chat right now. We have Captain Rosebeard from the Grand Rapids Guild and Galleys from Richmond. So we have a nice little crew here going on. Hi, everyone. Okay. Okay, so we have some guiding slides, but really this is an open discussion between all four of us. All four of us have tabled within the community. As mentioned, John and Emily run the conventions. And then Dave and I, we help where we can. So this is just a little bit about where Extra Life Chicago tables. And if you want to table, really, truly, the sky is the limit. If you want to do a local community event, or if you have a local gaming shop that you'd like to table at and build awareness around Extra Life, that is totally doable. You can reach out to me for some resources, for some flyers, QR codes, any little items that we may have in the office that can be, which varies. Please know that we encourage that. But then we have our larger commitments, which are all right here. And these are, I would say, Emily and John, like huge undertakings. Would you agree?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. John and Emily volunteer their time to do some of these bigger, larger conventions like Anime Magic and Combo Breaker. And then we have some smaller ones like LogicCon and Polar Vortex. And then we have some smaller community events that we do to get kind of like the wheels turning. Like we recently did Free Comic Book Day. We had a few gamers do that, right? This year?
Well, it was in partnership with the Windy City Ghostbusters.
Yes.
So we were at the me and Emily were at the Naperville location, and then I think the other one was Hendersonville.
Of Graham Cracker Comics.
Of Graham Cracker Comics.
Yes.
Naperville location.
Yeah, that's. It was a hot day after a cold morning start, and
it wasn't terribly hot.
No.
It was sunny.
It was sunny.
And some of us forgot sunscreen.
That was me.
Yeah.
But I was luckily wearing a Ghostbusters jumpsuit, so some protection.
Oh, good. Who needs sunscreen when you have a Ghostbusters jumpsuit? And then we have some small community events that are internal. So I'm plugging 100 Days to Game Week, which is this Sunday from 12 to 6 at Revolution Brewing in Avondale. Come game with us. And then Hospital Game Day, and then the Extra Life Chicago Gaming Convention. Did I miss anything? Do we table anywhere else?
Well, we do table
Some-
C2E2, ASEN, and in partnership with our lovely friends to the north of Milwaukee, Adepticon as well.
Yeah, so
In Fan
Y-
Expo.
and
you read my
Fan Expo.
mind.
Fan Expo, yep.
So
There we go. There's a good old.
There's our calendar.
Many events.
So yeah, so these are all of the conventions that both John and Emily do. Each one of them takes a lead on one or any one of these. So if you are interested, if you see any of these and you're like, oh, I might want to volunteer at one of them, Emily or John can help you there. So going back to tabling, Emily and John, can you walk me through what we have at our tables when we're tabling?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it really varies depending on the size. So, for example, Polar Vortex, our February one there, it's definitely one of the smaller ones. So for that, we usually have, and it's a tabletop one. So we do have something kind of unique to our tabletop conventions, where we, for the one there, at all of the D20 tables, we run what's called rupees for reroll, which means people can donate $1, they get a rupee, and then they can hand that into their DM to reroll any dice roll, or upon DM discretion, force DMs to reroll as well. But other than that, we have our standard kind of smaller table, which will be obviously taking donations, info about Extra Life, getting people to sign up and to participate upon their own. We do a small little charity door prize. We have shirts available for donations as well, local to the area. And then it goes all the way up, on the extreme side of things, Anime Magic, they're in August. The last couple of years, they've been gracious enough to give us a very large 20 by 20 area. So we'll usually do, the donations, getting people to talk to us, explaining the shirts, etc. But we also have a prize wheel. We do a kind of charity bingo thing to help with donations as well. Last year, one of our amazing volunteers, Mel, set up a bracelet making station so people could donate to either make a bracelet for the kids at the hospital, or to, just take the bracelet on their own. So, I mean, it really varies event to event, and there's so many different things that you can do.
Truly. Emily, can you talk about the spin wheel and how we generate donations from that?
So a lot of times on the tables that we have at conventions, I know John's utilized it. I utilize it at all of my tables. We have like a Wheel of Fortune wheel, and it's $2 or it's $3 a spin, or 2 for $5. And it's a great way to draw people in. And we do very minimal prizes on it. Like there's always like one big slice, like for the door prize raffle we're doing, you get a single ticket that's normally $5. But otherwise our prizes are like glow bracelets and pop fidgets, slap bracelets, like things that bring a little bit of nostalgia and joy to like everyone. I've never had anyone be like super disappointed with a prize, and if they are, I'm like, would you like something else? Like they spun twice and got 2 rubber duckies. Would you like a different prize? Like it's very fast and loose with the prizes we give out, but it's a great way to generate interest, get people in. The clickety clack noise people love.
Clicky clicky.
It's true.
Yeah,
People
it's
will
got a good
stop.
spin.
Oh,
Yes.
like I'll just stand there and like spin it.
Yeah.
She
I
will.
remember not Adepticon this year, Adepticon last year, I had the wheel, and I spun the wheel a ton of times and just said, if you have coin, because you'd have wares, and like know your audience.
Yeah.
Like I just spent the entire time doing Khajiit has wares. But it's a great way to draw people in, especially families. Every little kid wants to spin a wheel. Um, so generally
True.
they see the wheel, they drag their parents over, then we get a chance to like talk to the parents while the kids are spinning the wheel and tell them what Extra Life is about. It's kind of an icebreaker for us almost. So yeah.
It really is. Like people will stop for the wheel. And I think some appeal to that. Because I was a little hesitant about the wheel at first. I was kind of like, oh, they're like small items. I don't know if people will stop. And I did sit with Emily and she would like spin the wheel and people would like turn their heads and be
Yep.
like, I need to go. And I don't know if it's like something that's tactile about it, but it's also a spin to win, right? So anything else on the table, unless you're buying like merch, right? Like it's a raffle, right? Or it's chance. With the spin to win, you're
You're
spinning
getting
to
something,
win.
yeah.
Yeah.
You automatically get something regardless of what's going on. So it's like you spin it, you may get something really good, you may get, you know, just a little glow bracelet that's gonna last you like 2.5 hours. But you're gonna
Maybe.
have fun with it.
And to compound on what Emily said, I mean, it really does play to that kind of nostalgia point because, you know, a lot of the
Mhm.
smaller things, it's one of those like, you know, being in my late 30s myself and a lot of people that are there, you know, we remember slap bracelets from school or eraser buddies and stuff like that. And then it's great because it really covers a lot because you get the older folks that are like, oh, I've literally had, oh man, I remember these. I had these all the time, da da da. And then you get the kids that, you know, are experiencing it for the first time
Mhm.
as well. So it really hits across a wide audience.
Yeah, Borbuja's brought up the squishies.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
Yes.
It's
squishies.
a
little
yep.
squishies.
Uh,
Everybody loves the
Must
squishies.
spin.
Must
Yes.
spin. Yep.
Too funny.
And warning for anyone who gets a squishy.
Yes.
Do not leave it on your dashboard in the
It'll
sun.
melt.
No.
It'll melt. It'll melt and become a gooey mess.
That's so sad. I would cry.
Like it goes from like a little panda to like a Gudetama egg.
Oh
I would
no.
be so sad.
You need
Um,
about a
yeah,
half gallon
Gally,
of goo
but-
gone to get rid of it.
Scholastic book fair merch.
Too good.
No,
if
you
I-
cannot eat it.
If I could also comment like something cool when we have availability of like we've done limited run because we also on one of the slices of the pie are Extra Life dice, which is also I think a lot of gamers really dig.
When we have them.
Yeah, when we have them because people love them. I have a ton of D6s.
Can you ever have enough D6s though?
No,
Exactly.
I'm learning now the
'Cause-
hard way.
because the other part is like if you have Monopoly or like some board games, like
Yay.
if you lose dice, you have backups.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So the ones that Emily is showing for anyone interested are through a company called Chessex, and they are very cheap dice for what they are, and they have a lot of options. So people from other guilds.
I wouldn't say
if you
cheap.
want-
I'd say affordable.
They're
Yeah.
inexpensive.
They are
Yeah.
not cheap.
Yes.
I
they
would
are.
say
They
they're
are
not
quality.
But
Yeah.
yes, they are worth the price they are.
Yeah.
So if you want that information, let us know. But okay, so we talked about the spinning wheel, we talked about dice. I'm thinking about raffle prizes. Both of you can
Yeah.
definitely speak on this, but John, can you maybe speak about the raffle prizes at Combo Breaker and how we kind of specialize them a little bit to draw in a specific crowd and what crowd
Yeah,
that works?
absolutely. So Combo Breaker's been this was our second year there, and they've been really awesome to have us. Now both years, so Combo Breaker, it's a fighting game tournament. It's fast becoming really about the second largest in the U.S. And so being that it's a fighting game tournament, you got to think, okay, what are people, you know, that are attending or participating and competing or whatever, what would they be interested in? So the past couple of years we've had fight sticks, for example. So those are always great, or gaming chairs. And then you also can have some, not necessarily themed items, like last year or this year we had Clyde the Dino Nugget plush. So it was a plushie that looked like a Stegosaurus chicken
Oh,
dino nugget.
Yeah.
So
No nugget.
I
and
love
that
it.
Yep.
that did phenomenal too, and people
Yep.
loved it. We had an extra life shadow box. So you can do more broad things, but really tailoring, if you're going to have a raffle or a door prize at an event, really tailoring it to the crowd is going to help to maximize your donations received, and not even that, but just the traffic at the booth. Because I like to say that talking to people about Extra Life is kind of like applying for a job, right? You're going to apply to 1,000, so you might talk to 1,000 people. You might get 100 that actually pay attention to you, and 10 that actually sign up. But the more people that you can draw over, the more people that you can tell about Extra Life, and either get them to donate or sign up to participate themselves.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Hmm.
So we did have Clyde the Dino Nugget, Emily. This is offline. It was $14 on Amazon. It was like yay big. And I think it was like it had like the second most donations. So
Hmm.
we
Yeah, we
right?
raised
Because
quite a bit off
Dino
of it.
Nuggy.
Right.
You name it, and then
Hmm.
people become empathetic
Yep.
and want the Dino Nuggy. So we might do that for Fan Expo if you're open to it.
Yeah.
Um, okay.
Dino Nuggy. Also, I want to piggyback on something John said about like talking to 100 people, 20 of them are quality, 10 sign up. When tabling, you have to accept that you're going to be, I hate to say the word rejected, but
Oh yeah,
rejected
absolutely.
Yeah.
by probably 90,
Yes.
95% of the people
Yes.
go like walking past. Like, I mean, you can say, hey,
Yep.
you looked at me, you got to listen now. And they may
Hmm.
listen and they'll
Hmm.
still walk away. And that can't be your defining moment. That can't be your deterrent. One person listened, okay. 100 people listened, great. 10 out of those 100 signed up, like John said. That's even better because 10
Hmm.
people raise $100. We got $1,000 we didn't have before.
Hmm.
Um, and even if they do say, I don't want to sign up, or I don't want to donate, or I don't want to spin, um, they know about us now. And it may trigger something later that, like,
Hmm.
they're with a friend and the friend is like, I'm looking to do something, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, I heard of this thing. Let's look it up.
Right.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
it's earworms and things like that.
And also to further attack on Emily now. So Combo Breaker is a good DBY. Thank you for the follow. So Combo Breaker is a great um uh yes, exactly. Have to
So
fight me now.
good.
Have to challenge. Have to
Yeah.
listen. You can't get out of this.
I did that one year, DBY. I didn't
Mhm.
dress up, but one year at C2E2, everyone that made eye contact, I made them listen to me.
Yeah.
It's like, you
Yep.
looked, you saw my eyes, you have to
Yep.
come over here.
Yep.
Absolutely. Um, and Combo Breaker is a great example for what Emily is saying too, because Combo Breaker, a lot of people that are there are participating in tournaments and events like that, and especially Friday and Saturday when pools are going and people are flying back and forth. You're gonna get a lot of people, and this is any convention really, but especially conventions like that. You're gonna get people that they're not there to care about any of the booths, right? They're there for what they're there for. So you will get a lot of people too that'll just, hey, how's it going? No thanks, and you just gotta roll with it, move on, and just the biggest thing I would say about talking to people is just learning learning what you need to do to not let yourself get down by the people that kind of brush it off and stuff like that, and keep that energy and momentum up.
For both of you, what is that?
I worked retail for 8 years.
Yeah, I mean, I worked
Fair.
retail many years. I was a store manager for a brick and mortar store in a mall, so I got very much used to seeing thousands of hundreds of thousands of people a day, depending on the time of the year. And just, yeah, most of them are just going to blow you off or no, thanks, I'm good and stuff like that. So, I mean,
Yeah,
you just kind of get used to it.
I sold wedding invitations and customized napkins. The rejection rate on that.
Yeah.
That's
For me,
totally fair.
with Extra Life specifically, it's more of, I'm okay with it because I would rather than spend that 2 minutes to tell somebody about Extra Life that, right out the gate, they've already decided, oh, I don't care, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now I've got that time to spend it on somebody that is going to want to listen and
Mhm.
care about Extra Life and either donate or sign up to participate.
What about you, Dave?
I agree with a lot of what everyone's been saying. Working in, I was gonna say with tabling, one of the best, like something I've taken from work life to tabling is just I get a feel of talking to people. Sometimes in quick interactions, sometimes I appreciate like how everyone say like you might get that one person is like when you actually have a conversation and people seem genuinely interested. It kind of makes like not every conversation is gonna be a hit, but the ones that do are great. And then yeah, it's just sorry, I apologize. My cat is ripping at my door to get. That's why I keep turning. But I was just gonna say it's like one of those things where it's like, and then I kind of take things I had experience with tabling to just even to other jobs in real life of just being able to like start a conversation, finding like um sometimes when I'm tabling and volunteering, I'll be like, "Oh, I love your cosplay," or "I love that shirt." There was one person who came up to our booth who has a onesie that I own and usually wear. So we had a conversation, took a picture together. And then the one thing I try to do is if they stop, they listen, and they're like on the fence. I try to hand them a flyer so that, like when they go home, at least if they look back, they might hold on to it. I also let them know like, hey, if you're not really a gamer, but if you know someone who is, you want to let them know about us. This might be something they might be interested. So trying to let them know like, if think about it, it may not be for you, but there might be someone in your life that this.
At a con, if they don't want to do it, if you can get a flyer or a business card into their hands, you've won a half the battle, because then they have that information. And I always have a stack of business cards at the end of the con. I always have flyers at the end of the con, and I go through them and I scan QR codes and I bookmark things. So it's how you bring people back who might not necessarily have the time, the energy, bandwidth, or the want to listen to us at that point. It's get something in their hands with our name on it that leads them back to us, to our wonderful community, to the cause, to whatever is going on. Just get something in their hand.
Yeah, my favorite real life example of that is Mel. And I always share it because she stopped at the table and I think she signed up for something to where she got emails and had no interest in Extra Life. I don't want to say no interest, but she didn't have interest in Extra Life at the moment. But then she got an email later down the road and was in the capacity to then sign up. And for those who don't know Mel, she is one of our leaders now and runs some of our conventions. So you never know who you're going to impact when you hand that card or have them sign up for something.
Yeah, she had known about Extra Life via Rooster Teeth. She was as seen on Rooster Teeth.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Rooster Teeth. And then she, again, like you said, she got on a list, and then from there she was like, oh, I can join. And I think 2018 or 2019, at one of the cons, I had a sign that said Extra Life as seen on Rooster Teeth. And and I had so many people stop. Again, it's know your audience. Like John said with combo breaker, like the raffle and door prize items are tailored to that.
Yep.
At Adepticon, like 2 years ago when I was there, Khajiit has wares. Very niche, but lots of people in that space because of what Adepticon is and what it deals in, and the people who play Warhammer, they are likely to know that because it's in that realm of RPG and tabletop, but crossing over into video game as well. So it's like, know who you're talking to.
Yeah. People would stop at the table just seeing, I don't know Warhammer at all, but people didn't even know, like, care about Extra Life, but would see what was on the table for raffle and would stop in their tracks to come over and ask if they could, buy it. And it was a great segue to be like, no, but
I still anyone who volunteers with me usually hears this. I stole my approach from How I Met Your Mother. Instead of have you met Ted, I usually, as people walk up or something, I'm like, have you heard of Extra Life? And I think kind of what everyone says, like, know your niche. Like, people might say, yeah, I saw that on Rooster Teeth, or no. But for me at least, answering a question, I'm like, okay, I have a baseline of how I might approach this conversation. Some people I've talked to, they've donated before. Some people have seen streams before. Some people have friends who've done it. So it's just like, at least for me, like, starting that with a question gives me a baseline, but sometimes opens the door of how to navigate a conversation. And that's just something I've kind of been working on over the years, of just like kind of getting things from people of how to direct a conversation to keep giving more info, try to like break down any kind of hesitancy people might have, things like that. Just at least for me, it's worked of just starting with a question.
It's so funny that you bring that up because that's actually a retail principle.
Yeah.
No closed-ended questions, no yes or no questions. It's like, don't say, can I tell you about Extra Life? That's a yes or no. Extra Life. It's like, what can I help you find today?
Yeah.
What can I let you know about our organization that you don't already know?
Yeah.
Open-ended questions so they can't end the conversation.
Yeah.
You're trapped.
Yeah.
In a good way for kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you hate the children? No. But like, he's right. Like, questions are always great. Like, have you heard of our Lord and Master Extra Life, and how we save the children?
Totally.
Humor is great to draw people in as well. Like, again, Khajiit has wares. Extra Life, as seen on Rooster Teeth. You looked at me, you saw me, you have to talk to me now.
Yeah.
Like, just drawing people in, being sociable, it helps. It helps.
And one thing that I really love too, going back to what Emily said about the cards and the flyers and stuff, parents are phenomenal because especially if you see parents of teenagers, because what a lot of people, you know, that either don't have kids or it's been so long you might have forgot, or maybe you went somewhere that didn't have it. A lot of schools will have, for their seniors, community service requirements, especially like private schools and stuff like that. Or it just looks great on a college, resume. So if you see people with like, parents that are there with their kids and the kids are teens, even if younger, something to kind of put the idea in their head for the future. But hey, does your kid play games? Well, guess what? They can do it and get credit for their community service, like, because it is, a bona fide charity. You're volunteering your time. Even by just doing your 24-hour marathon, you're volunteering 24 hours of your time to raise
Mhm.
money for the hospital. So, that's something that can count as well. So that's having those cards and flyers is always phenomenal for that as
Yeah.
that too.
Uh, and not only that, Illinois as a whole, to get your driver's license, you have to do a certain amount of community service as well.
Oh, see, I didn't know
Really?
that.
Yeah.
Actually, if I can kind of piggyback off of volunteering and
Yeah.
tabling at the same time, um,
Yeah.
my employer has opportunities of basically they don't match donations, but they will donate for volunteer hours.
Mm.
So I've started logging my volunteer hours at the conventions, some of these special events we do online. I've actually been marking them down, and Actual Life isn't specifically a organization, but Lurie Children's Hospital is. So it's like the hospital's getting extra donations for my efforts of volunteering. So I just want to throw that out for anyone who's thinking about volunteering, that there's also opportunities to give back for on top of just using your time and helping us out. All this,
Welcome in,
yeah.
Lilia.
Welcome.
Hi. Okay. I don't know what I have next. I feel like we were having such good conversation that it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Look at how cute they all are.
Aw.
Look, I know some of them people.
Yeah.
I think I know all of them people.
It's like, is that one? Speaking of like one of those people, hearing Bob texted me. I see him in the picture.
Yep.
Asking me, he was at, I want to say it was ASIN because he talked to Mel. A friend of mine was interested in signing up and he'd been thinking about it, so he was at ASIN. I told him, go to our booth, talk to Mel, tell her I sent you. And now he's part of the guild on leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
You can see the wheel right there.
Oh,
And there's the spinning. Yeah, here's the table that we were talking about.
I also want to give props to Bob. Another one of those events. We had one at Wonderverse.
Yes.
I was like, oh, I meant to bring it
Where
up
we
earlier.
tabled.
We did.
Yep.
That's true. So I feel like we answered this a little bit already.
Mhm.
Dave, you going in with the volunteer hours. But why would one volunteer to table at a convention, and how do you, if you're interested?
Reasons to volunteer at a table. One, you get to meet your online friends in a safe
Look.
environment where you won't get kidnapped.
That's a
I
good
say
one.
that in all jest.
Yeah.
It's great to meet all the people like Bob, Michaela. I'm looking.
Brian.
Brian
Brian's an
is there.
original volunteer.
Yeah, Brian's an OG as well. Like I all met them online first and then in person. Lilia and a couple of the people in chat. I've met IRL because you can meet people, you can do a little extra, you can do your community service hours. You get access to these conventions for at least the day. That's say you want to experience C2E2 or Fan Expo, but maybe you don't have the means to do it yourself. Volunteering with us gets you in for the day. You just have to help us out a little. It boosts your own page. You get donations to your page for volunteering with us for the day. Again, big sense of community. Yeah. Sometimes you get t-shirts. Depending on which t-shirts you have and which t-shirts we have. But generally, like if you show up to volunteer, I'm gonna be like, would you like a new t-shirt?
I think that's totally fair. Yeah. I agree with that. I feel like you nailed like a fair amount of them. John, or
Yeah, a lot of good points there for sure. I mean, and really, as far as volunteering at at our events, it's a lot of events, and everyone that volunteers to help out with the table and stuff like that, when we post up in the Discord, in the emails, or on the Facebook and say, "Hey, looking for volunteers for the event," really, we can't do it without y'all. Like it's just it's
Hmm.
too much, especially
Yes.
whether it's a small
Yes.
convention where it's the tiniest little table, it's a lot for one person, or something like all the way at the high end of things where it's anime magic and we're trying to have a whole bunch of stuff to take up a 20 by 20 area, you know, impossible for one person, right? So, you know, us running the, booth and coordinating things for sure, but without volunteers like you, we can't do these great events. We can't, turn them into fundraising opportunities for the hospital. We can't, you know, get the word out there about Extra Life to people who might not have heard of us before or want to sign up or want to learn more and stuff like that. So really it comes down to you guys. I mean, without the volunteers, there are no conventions being tabled. that's
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
that's my personal,
It's very
why
true.
do you do it? And that's my biggest is
Yeah.
because look, we all signed up to participate, in Extra Life or enjoy it to some extent or appreciate it to some extent. Um, so and just keep pushing it forward.
I feel like a lot of great points were made. I remember 2014, the first year of the guild. We didn't have booths.
Mm-hmm.
I went to 7 conventions out of pocket and just was handing out flyers to anyone who'd let me put them. This is kind of a thing I'll mention, maybe a little precursor, but just something to know. Generally, you can't hand out flyers at conventions. You can only do it at your booth. So I did it very just like casually asking different vendors, and a lot of them were very cool about it being a. But like what John said, I appreciate that we just have a wonderful group of
Mhm.
volunteers and leadership because we've come a long way. I'm getting a little
Mm-hmm.
like it's making me a little misty. I think of like where we started in
Yeah.
2014 versus like where we are now.
Yeah. I
I mean,
remember. Yeah, I remember the days. You, me, and one or two others. And that was it. It was a 4-person, 3 or 4-person guild sometimes, and you're president or vice president. I'm secretary. We're taking notes and just what can we do, and then looking like you said from where we started to where we are now, where we're tabling nearly a dozen events. We're
yeah.
raising. We're one of the largest Extra Life markets, across CMN year over year. And really it's thanks to, all the volunteers and everything that help keep pushing it forward and participating.
All right, I'm
Yes.
like, hopefully this comes up, but for
Oh
all our
yeah.
efforts, the guild did
Yeah.
get recognition as one of the top fundraising teams. Actually, uh, the guild's doing really wonderful this year in teams. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I just want to piggyback off of John and also like a big thank you to everyone who's just. I'm just glad we can continue to do this, and
Absolutely.
feels like we keep growing in the best way.
We are the archetype.
uh,
No, but what they said, like we couldn't do half of what we do without all our volunteers. OG volunteers, new volunteers. In the last 5 years, um 5 6 years, I want to say 2019, um the hospital support took a huge jump and a huge turn, and we have had some amazing program directors that have helped us bolster our numbers and just our presence and given us the ability to do what we do. And I just want to acknowledge Jackie and everyone that came before her, that they may be hospital employees, but they have a passion for this just as we do. And uh, we couldn't do it without them, just like they couldn't do it without us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this was our
Thanks,
big thank
Emily.
you to everyone.
You know what?
I realized I was
So
like,
important.
yeah, I know. I mean, like, I think that's a big thing is like leadership is just like I'm always appreciative I also love getting to talk with everyone who's come through. I've met so many wonderful friends. Um, and then also, like, something random, I guess I'll throw this out there, a personal experience in volunteering. All my experience volunteering with our guild and tabling. I went to New York in, I want to say it was 2017 or 18 for like my birthday. And it was during New York Comic Con. And I just happened to reach out asking in the national channels, like, if there was a neat Extra Life table at New York Comic Con. I got to volunteer for a day. I mean, I didn't get a whole lot of time to explore, but it was still cool to get entry into New York Comic Con. And just like, if I can just tell a quick story, I met someone on a bus from the whatever the Jersey airport was,
Newark.
to Times Square. Met them. They were a cosplayer going to the convention, and they found me at the booth. We chatted, and I got them to sign up.
Hey.
So you also never know. Yeah.
You never know who's going to resonate.
And also opportunities like that.
Yeah, and like Gen Con is what I've done for the Indie Guild. Which they've grown a little, so they haven't asked as much for our help anymore. But yeah, but that's good that they're growing and that they don't need help from us anymore.
But we appreciate the opportunities.
Yeah, we totally appreciate the opportunities. But like, and John just did Adepticon up in Milwaukee is a split. With the Milwaukee Guild and Milwaukee Children's. So there are always opportunities. Like, so my randomness is that when my last job before the one I had now, I worked for Party City. And one of the people I trained to do the job I did at Party City, signed up for Extra Life while she was in DC studying for her master's. So like she was, and I was like, look, here's the DC Guild information and like, or the Virginia Guild information, and they can help you out, but you can play for Lurie's if you want to. And like, so it was like, she was out there, but she signed up for Chicago, but hung out with the Virginia DC Guild. And now she's back in Chicago and she still plays for Chicago. I'm trying to get her onto our Discord server, but but like when she goes online, I go and I lurk in her stream. Like, so that's just one of the random ways that like across the country that you'll meet people just volunteering, doing things.
Yeah, it's definitely a strong sense of community, and it is really built, you know, at conventions because, like you said, John or Emily, I can't remember, but like you have that face-to-face interaction with these gamers that you've seen on stream or you've chatted with in Discord, and that really does create these bonds, right? And so, like when you're doing a stream or you're doing an event, like everyone kind of shows up for each other in these ways, and I see it all the time. Like all the people who volunteer at these conventions are doing that because, you know, they're creating those relationships, which is really, really cool to see. So for the sake of time, moving along, for the most part, how does someone sign up for Discord? I would say, or just, you know what I was about
to volunteer.
Go to Discord and you download it, and then you create an account. And then you find our link for the Extra Life Chicago community on Discord, and you join it.
Oh my god!
I put the link in the chat for the link tree, which should have a link to the Discord.
Yes. So we have right now we have a wonderful group of volunteers where when John or Emily put out the bat signal to like volunteer at one of these conventions, it gets filled for the most part. Like, would you both agree that like you don't have too much of an issue finding volunteers?
Yeah, no, we usually have a really good, decent amount of volunteers, and more are coming out. We used to have like a core of like 4 volunteers that showed up to every convention. And now we have, I want to say probably a good 10 to 15 people who volunteer across the spectrum, just depending on their interests. Like the group in the picture, I know some of them are more anime oriented, so they'll do more anime cons. And like me, I'm a pop culture junkie, so I'm bigger on. Well, I'll go anywhere because I don't care. Um,
We like it all.
yeah. But like C2E2 is like pop culture across the board: video games, board games, comic book, movies, TV. It's everything. Same with Fan Expo. So it just depends on what they're interested in, and we try and have a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah.
I think the
John.
other thing. Oh, I was gonna
Go
say also like availability. 'Cause it's like if you're out of town during one convention, you can volunteer at another. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
big thing is like availability, and also like if it can be a bit much to do a bunch of cons. So like spacing them out really helps out.
Mm-hmm.
So Lilia asks if we consider branching out to other conventions. We do, however, it comes down to cost.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down to spreading ourselves too thin.
Yeah.
And sometimes it comes down to I'm
If they're good partners.
if they're
Yeah.
good partners, or if they're a place we want to be seen, if we feel we're valuable there, or if the con space is a good space for everyone.
I think
John,
like
would you-
alignment with values.
You would agree with that, John, right? Like
Oh,
time
yeah.
resources.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know Emily's put in a lot of work for the conventions that she coordinates, but like for me, I have spent, and especially it's one of those, yeah, first year or two, you might kind of, you're getting to know each other sort of thing, but especially conventions that you go to, year after year and really building those relationships with the conventions themselves. I mean, at this point, because of the relationship that Emily and me and Jackie currently, or our past, foundation reps at Lurie's have, the relationships that we've built and maintained with these conventions, a lot of them, we've gotten to the point where they'll comp us, the booth space and the badges and stuff like that. And that's really huge because, I mean, it, yes, we yeah, at the end of the day, we're there to make money for the hospital, right? Raise money for the hospital, whether it's donations or getting people to sign up to fundraise on their own. The end goal is to raise money for Lurie's. So, say a convention, it costs us $1,000 for booth. Well, we have to raise at least 1,000 just for the hospital to break even because they're the ones that are gracious enough to foot that bill to allow us to have a presence there. So like Emily was saying, especially, the cost of it is huge. And if you find a place that's like, hey, we want to give you guys booth space and, we'll give you the space, that's something where if you wanted to, small enough that you felt comfortable as just an extra lifer, something local, you felt comfortable running it yourself. Great. You can reach out to us through the Discord. Any of us here, we can help you out, get you, possibly supplies, flyers, cards, or, tips or things like that for it to help make your event successful. Or if it was a bigger thing, you're like, hey, I know this convention that, they have 40,000 people show up and I know the owners and they want to have you there, bring that forward too. And we can, discuss it and see if it's something
We can
that
assess.
we can fit
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Like little local things. Like I know that.
Well, I mean,
Well, and,
yeah, we're not really at SFW conventions, Lilia, because
yeah.
it is for the kids.
as an adult with no children who plays games for the kids, I am not above, but we wouldn't be able to post pictures or like really
Advertise it
Advertise.
or
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
but to piggyback on what John said, I know Free Comic Book Day happens every year,
Yeah.
and I know that libraries across the US host tiny conventions that day.
Mm-hmm.
Like 6 to 8 hour conventions where like sometimes they'll comp us a booth, sometimes they won't. But like if they'll comp you a booth and you want to go, let us know and you have a relationship with them. We'll get you flyers, we'll get you some other things. We may even say, hey, you want us to come out and volunteer with you or anything like that. Like if it's something small and local, like John said, if you think you can handle it, we will get you supplies somehow. Planes, trains, automobiles, maybe not planes, those are expensive.
There are
But
trains, so are automobiles.
I got an automobile. Trains are a little less expensive than an automobile.
That is true.
But we do have resources that we can get to you and that you are able to utilize if you want to do something like that. Like after Free Comic Book Day, a couple of the volunteers who are up in Andersonville and some of the ones who didn't get to participate were like, oh my God, I could do this at my local. Like, and they were really considering it. So that's like a situation where we get you flyers and QR codes and like things like that like you can pass out in a little jar. It's like for the kids. It just depends on what you want to do and what you have the capacity for.
And I kind of piggyback off of both of you. If there are events that you know of, I have a few friends in different guilds and regions that have been doing like farmers markets or like those kind of like craft fairs. So they've been doing like other events. So if you like, please reach out to us if there's some events you think we might be a good fit. Let us know.
Thinking outside the box is always great.
Yeah, so we're definitely open to new things. It's just I think a lot of times just being made aware of it.
Yep, being made aware, and do we have the bandwidth?
Yes, yes to both.
Yes. Okay, great. Well, I think for the sake of time, because we're at the hour.
Hey, Jackie.
Yes.
Can you do a little research for Galley and find out where the Virginia Guild is?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Because Galley's in Richmond, I know that. I think, Galley, I believe that I sent you the program director for the hospital near you, but a while ago. So I can look that information up and send it to you again. We love that you support Chicago, but if you want to support Virginia.
Yeah, I'm not sure which would be closer or if either have a guild, but I think both UVA and Duke are CMN hospitals.
Okay.
Duke is Carolina, isn't it?
Yeah. Duke Children's is Raleigh, I think.
Yeah, Raleigh Durham.
Oh, is it?
Do we have?
I'll look it up.
Well, you know.
Hello.
Hi, there's Mel.
There she is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't think it's UVA either.
Yeah,
well, I tried.
Actually,
you tried. A for effort.
Hold on. I know the answer to this.
While you look that up, can I just bring up a couple things because we did have things in the Discord.
Yes, that's what I was going to segue.
Okay, perfect.
Q&As, yeah. Go ahead.
One was, I think it was, I'm terrible at pronouncing your name, Lilia. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Was that cash donations? I did find, do you guys mind if I cover just like our...
Go for it.
Okay. I'm going to bring over my web browser. If you need to do donations offline, we were talking about cash. So I think it's under add offline donation. I was doing this on my phone earlier. But you can put the amount for cash or check. But there is also a form that I believe would have to send in. And I think they're able to get receipts now. So I did want to cover that question. John or Emily, did you want to kind of tackle? I think it was Eggman who asked about receiving donations at small events and then adding it later.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, he had asked, if I receive a cash donation at a small event, but I don't necessarily have anything, what can I do? I mean, the easiest way is really treat it how we as a guild treat things at our larger events. Take the money, deposit it into your bank, and make the donation like as anonymous to your page, or that's really the easiest, most straightforward way. If the person, as Dave was saying, needs a receipt, there is the cash donation form that you can then get a receipt to give them. And then if it's a company or business that needs something a little more professional, definitely loop Jackie in. She can assist them with that, because sometimes businesses need the W-4 and stuff like that to show yes it was a tax deductible donation or whatever. So businesses can be a little bit trickier. It just depends on what they're wanting to do. But yeah.
I think
Yep.
also that could apply to find companies that may want to donate in-kind donations, like gift
Yeah. Oh,
cards or
absolutely.
items.
Yep.
Yeah.
Loop Jackie in.
Yeah.
And even if it's, even if you're able to, take care of them however they want and they're satisfied with it, you can still loop Jackie in for future partnerships and stuff too.
You can loop. I mean,
Oh, you're cutting in and out there a bit, Jackie.
Yeah, I think your screen froze.
oh no.
So serious looking too.
Great thumbnail.
I mean, at least it's not like an awkward like rub like scratching your nose.
Right.
Yeah.
For Galley, the hospitals in Virginia are, I'm gonna butcher the first one, Carleon Children's, VCU, King's Daughters, and UVA. So those are the 4 hospitals in Virginia specifically.
And there is, I don't think we have it in the link tree, but there is a national Discord
Yes.
for Extra Life. That would be a great resource if you want to connect directly.
And I'll go ahead and put that link in the chat right
Perfect.
now. Yeah, once you join, there's a whole section in there titled "Find Your Local Family." They've got things split up between like US East, Central, West, yada yada.
Yeah.
So you can go there and find your local that way as well. Be like, hey, I'm from this area. What's my local if I wanted to get more involved, sort of thing.
I think Hyacinth actually put it in the chat.
Yep, she put it as well.
Awesome.
We both did. So
yeah.
you got 2 links now.
Oh wait, what's your handle?
Gigi Pan is mine.
Oh, I haven't added you as a mod yet.
No, that's okay.
I was like, who swore?
Wait, I swore?
It blocked it out as little
the
asterisks.
Oh, the link got blocked.
Yeah.
Good old bots. You don't like me.
Well, now I can because you're finally in chat.
Huzzah.
Jackie, are you still there? Oh, I heard you. Oh, is really. Yeah, I think you're cutting in and out.
While we wait for Jackie to try to reconnect, does anyone have any other questions? They're not even necessarily just related to tabling and conventions, but just in general that we could help. While you've got us here.
Yeah. The biggest part, we need to work search engine optimization to get the Linktree webpage.
Yes.
I mean, I have a friend who specifically has a company in that, but I don't know if he could do it for. He could give us some help.
That could be his way to volunteer to
That's true. Trying to think if there's anything else related. Tell him for charity. I mean, he is been a gracious donor over the years. So I might send him an email to donate this year. By the way, as random things I'm thinking about for like anyone who's fundraising, um, you can use the webpage to send emails to past donors if there are people who've donated in the past and haven't recently. Highly recommend it because sometimes it might be like if you send them a reminder, they might donate. I'm sorry, did I cut you? I saw you open your mouth then.
Nope.
Oh.
Jackie's informed us her computer has frozen.
Oh no. Background is so freaking cool. I use Stream Elements. They have a whole Extra Life toolkit for the donor bars, alerts, all that stuff. Let's see. I only know because I talk y'all up to others, and every time I say Google it, goes to Facebook, and Linktree link isn't on Facebook page.
Oh, well, that's
I
something
thought
we
it
can definitely
was.
look at.
Yeah. We also have we have the group and then we have the page.
Yeah. The group was the old
well, there was an old group, then there was a new group, then there was a page.
Yeah.
So we've had a few. But generally they are on our socials. It should be in the Twitch info. Could be. Reevaluate all those. Think anything else? Anyone has recommendations on fundraising, some tips, things go? I guess we should really plug our stuff coming up because we got a lot. Well, John, do you want to tell us about your upcoming volunteer opportunity?
Well, yeah, I will, but we'll touch on Emily's first real quick. So we do have Fan Expo coming up. That's going to be our next event, and there is a active sign up in the Discord right now for that. That's under the announcements
page.
Yep, Emily just posted up yesterday. That is going to be the 15th through 17th, so in a few weeks. Signups are going until August 2nd. And then starting next week, I will be putting out a sign up page for Anime Magic, which is right after it, August 22nd to the 24th, so that I will be running the event.
We need to coordinate efforts on the con kit.
Yeah, I mean, easiest way, honestly, will just be we'll talk about that offline. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's back-to-back weeks, and this is where we kind of touch on before. This is really the only time, kind of, for the past couple years where we've done this, where it's been, one right after the other. Most of the times we try to stick to, at least for the larger events, no more than one a month, just because it does become a lot. Although, I mean, May, now that Combo Breaker's been so good, we do have ASEN at May as well. Mel is awesome enough to run ASEN for us. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely opportunities currently to sign up, and more opportunities coming next week to sign up for events. As we stated earlier towards the start, and each of them you'll get a badge to at least cover your shift, if not, the entire day, depending on, badge availability, as well as, raise some money towards your page. And then we always try to make sure that we have enough people to where, hey, I want to go look around for an hour or two, go for it, and kind of get away to experience the con a little bit too.
Yeah.
So.
And Emily, we have those are kind of like our next big cons. I think after that we have different kinds of events. I'm gonna throw a link. We have our 100 days of gaming kickoff event, which will be on the 27th of July. So that's also coming next week.
This Sunday.
That's this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. It feels weird because I feel like it's still like Sunday of this, yes.
Yeah, how are we, almost done with July again already?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like July just started
2 days ago.
Yeah.
It's not even the 4th yet. What?
And it's been busy. I feel like I've just been on the go. So I'm gonna throw a link to that. I think we still have signups available, so I'll throw
Well,
that.
there's the signups were just to get like a general
Yeah.
thing. It's open to come and go uh as you want. There's no cover charge, there's no fees or anything. Um it's just a come and go as you please.
But I think at least it helps us get an idea of how many people.
Yeah.
So it's not copy pasting right for me from Discord. But join our Discord. The link tree will take you there. I'm trying to think. I know we have a lot. Like, even though these are kind of our last big cons, we have a lot going through the year. So join the Discord. Follow us on the social media. Stay tuned. If you haven't followed our Twitch channel, please do so. On the alerts. You'll know when we go live. Anything?
Yep.
Any last words of wisdom? Let it be.
If at first you don't succeed, skydiving's not for you.
Also, could probably be said about bungee jumping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you
I think
snapped
it
back
applies
with
there,
that one.
too.
Oh my gosh. A little bit of a snap back in. That just led me into Eminem, and there's a video out there
It's a
of
reality.
Ray Romano doing "Lose Yourself." Deborah. I'll leave it at that. So,
Love it.
thank you everyone for hanging out and in the chat and joining our stream. Everyone, have a wonderful evening. We'll be back probably next month.
Yep.
You
Good
know,
evening.
Have a good one, everybody.
night.